Hi guys, what is up? This is Stardust here, and we're gonna be doing guide for Chromie. Now, Chromie is a ranged assassin. She's very hard to play, and you need to get some use to her. To be honest, I find her very useful versus certain champions. Let's first of all go through her abilities, her talents, and then I'll explain to you how to play her. Okay. So far, Chromie has a couple of builds. Okay, and we'll discuss both of them. Okay. So Sun Blast. What it does is, after 1 second, fires a missile that deals a large amount of damage to the first enemy hero hit. Now, we're talking about enemy heroes, so that means you can't clear waves with that ability. It's purely about poking champions. Dragon's Breath, your W. So fires a blast into the air, and it lands after 1.5 seconds, dealing large amount of damage to all enemy within the area. It cannot enemies cannot see where the blast will land, so you have to bear that in mind. So and you have to bear in mind the timing. So her abilities are after 1 second, after after a second and a half, sort of. They are a bit hard to land. Let's put it this way. Okay, your E. It's a time trap, so places a trap that pulls enemy that sort of stays still. After 2 seconds, the first enemy hero that touches it, it will be it will be put into stasis for 2 seconds, which basically means only one trap can be placed at a time. So which basically means is ideally you would put the trap where ideally you would put a trap where you would be chased. Yeah, so once you put it, they kind of become frozen. You can't hit them, you can't do anything. So even if you try and hit them, the abilities will just pass them by. So you have to bear in mind it's for 2 seconds, so have to bear that in mind. Okay, your passive, Time Walker. So you've traveled into the future, and as such you'll learn your talents 2 levels earlier than your teammates. So this is really good. So you always get an ultimate earlier than your teammates. You get everything earlier than your teammates. So it doesn't matter whether they fall behind, but for your teams, yes it does. But it's quite nice. So 2 levels earlier than your teammates. So it's really important. Your heroic abilities. You've got the slowing sand, so basically in a small area, well, in a quite a bit bigger, quite a large area, you place a sandstorm in there that anybody that walks into the sandstorm will automatically be slowed dramatically up to 60%, and so the longer they are, it goes up to 60% as slow. So it's really nice to be able to hit your enemies, to sort of stay safe. If for example, if I get the butcher coming into me, I would put a sandstorm in front of him, then he'll be slowed, and I'll have more time to escape, etc. So that's quite nice, because going through the whole storm, you will be on the other side of the map. So it has to sort of go around it, which means gives you time, or cancel the ability, which is quite nice. The cooldown is only 5 seconds, and it costs 2 mana per second. So you have to activate it, deactivate. So you have to bear that in mind. Quite often, a lot of people I've seen, they just put it in there and they forget about it. So if you don't need it, you quickly take it out, so it's ready the 5 seconds, and you'll be able to cast again. Okay, the loop, the second heroic. Basically, you choose an enemy hero. After 3 seconds, they will teleport back to the location where you cast the ability on. So basically that way you sort of guarantee it will show you with a little circle there. You start ticking, tack, 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 and then it goes back after 3 seconds to where they were. So that basically that allows you to that allows you to put your obviously after a second and a half. Well, once you have a second and a half to go, you cast your ability on that circle because you know they're going to be going back there. That's quite nice ability versus one, but it's got like 7 seconds cooldown. I don't particularly like it, and for example, even if it's versus Tracer, it's no. So you have to be careful when you pick up. Like Chromie is, it's very easy to counter pick. I would counter pick her with Butcher is a good. Well, it depends how you play. If your ability, if you get a Sandstorm, it's harder for him. But it depends how you play her really. But she's so easy to counter. Like for example, Tracer, it's her ultimate big time counter. Even if you get her OT with her E Tracer, we'll be able to counter it completely. Okay, so you have to make sure you pick her last. On certain maps, she's not really good. For example, on 2-lane maps, I wouldn't advise her to. Why is because I think she's pretty much useless on 2-lane maps. I don't know. She hasn't got a wave clearer. She has a very long cooldown. She has 12 seconds cooldown, which on your second damaging ability, the rest of the abilities are non-damaging. So you have to be really smart with Chromie and see how it's all about poking, staying safe, and just that's how you sort of exhaust the enemy teams. Okay, so let's go through the talents. Now, as a beginner, I would always advise to get a Time Walker's Pursuit. Why would you want to get that? Is because that gives you a vision into an area. So obviously, Chromie's range is massive. Is the I believe is the largest one in the game. So therefore, you have to until you get used to hitting the abilities, sort of get that from example where the enemies are gonna be, etc., etc., etc. So. Try to get the Time Walker first, so you'll be able to land the abilities, get used to them, and get some vision as well, which is really important for her for vision because of your range to be able to see where the enemies are, so you'll be able to hit them. So yeah, really nice. The Time Walker as a beginner with Chromie. Yeah. Alternatively, once you get a confidence, I always get my Q because my Q it has very low cooldown. Then we want to increase the damage more and more because that's what you want. That's where your damage will be coming from mostly. Okay, level 2. Level 2. Now, I personally go with the sand blast build. Why is because the sand blast has a lower cooldown. It's got it's absolutely great. It could hit more than one hero. So right now, for example, after level 2, only level 2, you can now hit 2 heroes. So it is crazy. It is crazy the amount of damage you can do with Sandblast. Okay. So yeah, and level 2, I will go for that one. That's my personal preferred build. Okay. Level 5. Now level 5 you don't you can reduce the cooldown, but you don't really need that because most of you are playing behind, you're just poking from far out. What I will do is I'll reduce the dragon breath mana cooldown and a bit of the damage. Why is because you obviously need some kind of wave clearer. So with W being your only ability that you can clear waves a little bit, it is a bit alarming that you can't clear waves. So because obviously that's experience again for your team, etc. So it's quite important to do that. So so you can have that's only level 5 that you can do. Yeah. Level 8, you are ready for your ultimate. So your ultimate, my personal favorite one. Again, like I said, it really depends what team they have. Now I would get the slowing sands. That's my personal option. Now if they have a tracer in their team, like I said, just don't bother picking up Chromie. There's no point. A smart tracer will always go from the behind and just kill you instantly. Especially late game, a bit later on during the game. Wow, there are no towers. She can easily just sneak behind you and kill you. Pretty much instantly kill. And you won't be able to focus on your teammates. You won't be able to do any damage. So basically, it's pointless. So yeah. Slowing Sun is really good. That's my personal favorite one. So especially that's a really good counter versus a lot of abilities such as making sure you land your abilities, making sure you secure kills. It can be used in such a low cooldown. I think it's really good. Okay. Now level 11. What you want to do is you want to increase the Sand Bludgeon range by 15%. That's what you want to do, okay? Okay, so that's what I want to do, because now we are going towards the late game. You're gonna be a lot more focused, etc. So therefore, increasing your range makes sure you're more you stay alive. You don't have to see from where you're casting your abilities, so you can just shoot them away, and that's really good. So okay. Now level 14. Level 14 is quite what I personally like to do is a wrong way Sangra reduces it. So basically what you can do is you can either reduce your Q ability, but what I'll do is Sangra's hitting an enemy hero with Sand Blast, increase your ability by 8% for the next 10 seconds. So that's my personal favorite one, okay? Because obviously you want to for the next 10 seconds. So basically what I want to do is, since we have the cooldown, your W as well, so you want to increase your ability. You want to do as more damage as you can. So it's quite nice, okay? Power by 8% for the next 10 seconds. The bonus can be stacked up to 40. So keep on hitting the abilities. You see, you could get a lot of more ability power, and you can just be unstoppable crazy much, okay? Or if someone travels for 75%, it's very distant and hits an enemy hero. Its cooldown is reduced by almost 1 second, which you don't really need to more cooldown because you're already on 2.5 seconds, so it's pointless. So you want that one. You want the shifting sands, okay? And level 18. Now level 18 is what once again you go with your Q. The reason being, after casting a sand splash, leaves an echo of yourself behind where you cast it, and the next time you cast sand splash, splash. Oh my god, sand blast. The echo will also cast. I will cast it towards where you want it to go to. So, and it deals 40% and it does 40% of the damage. So it's quite handy. So basically, you like you see in Chromie, leaving a copy, you're leaving a copy, and so that's it. So, but yeah, like I said, this is the best build for her to be able to do the more damage, to be able to do, like, for example, like to be able to do crazy damage. However, there are certain other builds that you can go like with increasing your basic attack, etc. But that's my personal I won't go through them because I think that they're pointless. Building those builds because she's so squishy and she can instantly get killed. So it's all about staying behind and poking the teams. You never engage directly into a team. If your teammates are here, you have to be here. If your teammates on the map, it doesn't matter. Even if they're this way on a different lane, if they're behind you, no, you go behind them. You never stay in front with Chromie. You have to. It's a specific way to play her, so you have to get used to her. Just staying behind and poking like crazy. That's what you have to do. So that's the build that I'm advising. That's based on my experience. I have her at level 7 or 8, so I've played about 10 or 15 games. I can't remember anymore. So I've tried the other builds, but I don't necessarily agree with them. I don't like them. I don't agree with you. The most useful build that I found is that one that I just mentioned. Now, how to play her and what should you not pick up? What should you pick up with? For example, if they have 3 melee, like a lot of times they have 3 melee. The teams they pick up 2 tanks, for example, and a throw or whatever. So she's really good because the melee champions. What happens is once your team are in front of them, you have vision toward. You have vision on them. So you want to go ahead and hit them. A lot of times with Chromie, for example, if they have too much damage, you focus because your abilities are so they have such a large range. You want to focus your abilities on onto the assassins because you can burst them down so easy that they just have to go back. Yeah, you just have to go back. So it's quite important to do that as well. With Chromie, you can do so much basically with her. You can pretty much lead a team fight if you land your skills. But like I said, you have to get used to them because although I'm level 7 with her, I still struggle hitting my skills. You miss a lot of your skills, but that's all right. But the when you don't have to miss them, it's when you have to learn. You have to learn her. So you do. I just having her as level 5, I wouldn't play her in rank. For example, I don't think I've played her yet. So I don't feel confident enough to play her because why? She can be easily countered if you're in a higher rank. For example, when I used to be in Diamond, Chromie, I would counter her so easily. For example, with like I said, Tracer is her biggest counter. So yeah, be careful when you pick her. First pick Chromie. I wouldn't advise her because if the enemy team is smart, they'll get back to you. So and Chromie will do no damage whatsoever. Okay, so that's my build. Obviously, you have to be careful. You have to really be careful when you pick her, etc., etc., etc. So, yeah, I've given you some gameplay. So yeah, that's my guide, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and make sure you do share up your opinion if you have any different builds in mind. But based on my personal experience, and like I said, knowing how to play her as well, knowing how to position, that is my best build. Yeah, so we have to bear in mind the facts. Chromie is not versus every team, not versus all maps. I strongly disagree that in a 2-lane map, I would never pick her. I would never pick her. She hasn't got wave clear. She's just no. She's more like a poking type from further out and bursting down the squishy targets. That's what she is. If you land your skill, so she needs time. Okay, so be careful what your enemy team picks up. If they pick up a lot of like traits, a mobility champion that they can move, or Illidan, etc. I would never ever pick Chromie up because you will be instantly killed. So yeah. Oh, my time expired. Sorry. So yeah. I would never ever pick her up. So make sure you know that they don't have a lot of mobilities. They don't have a lot of mobilities, etc. So you'll be able to do the best with her. Okay, guys. Well, I hope you like my guides. Make sure you hit that like button if you like my video. If you have any comments, do let me know, and I'll be more than happy to hear out your opinions as well. See you later. Stay tuned for more videos. Ciao.